Ba-dum-bum. I don't know what happened to the da-dum-da, but it's gone. Welcome. Hey, everyone. Happy Tuesday. Thanks for popping in to Two Dogs Digs Live Hall Pass. Today we are going to do another of our favorites. But I think it's actually one of your favorites too, because we actually have had more views after the lives to our Baggy Wall things than we have. Actually, that's the wrong slate, isn't it? Yeah, that's it. That's the slate, Baggy Wall Haul, than we have actually in the past. So they've started to get more and more people viewing them. So today it's all about, let's go back to the dun-dun, dun-dun, Baggy Wall Haul with the correct image up there. So, I'm on my own tonight. Rick is actually out helping Adrian do some stuff. So it's just me. You just got little old me and my box of Baggy. Whoa. Oh my God. This thing here. This is full of stuff. Because I find all sorts of stuff on the Baggy Wall. A big hello to everyone who's here. Hey, Janet and Tina. Mr. Carl, who will be joining us hopefully next Monday or next Tuesday for our What's Sold. Mr. Paul. Donna, hey, hi, Lori. Hi, Andrew. The only funny thing you found on the Baggy Wall was blank audio cassettes. Yeah, you're not going to get rich on them necessarily. There's some you actually can make really good money on, but if they're price cheap, I always buy those because I bundle them up into big bundles. Elisa, you have baggy end caps. A baggy, that doesn't rhyme as well. A baggy end send. I don't know what we would do there. Hey, Becky. Welcome back. Becky is back in the show, and we'll be seeing Becky live in 2 weeks. About 2 weeks? Yeah, 2 weeks in Brimfield. So our big Brimfield trip. Emily and Linda, Claire, hey, Nellie. Recent Baggy purchases? Yeah. Because I don't stop shopping. And Susan, hey, Dawn. Catherine, probably somewhere in the back. Yeah, no, I don't stop shopping. Much to the chagrin of some people, but who's not here, so he can't say anything really. I mean, unless he joins in into the chat, and then, well, at least he's not going to be downstairs today. So, yeah, today it's all about the Baggy Wall and the stuff that we found on there. Let me just get this a little closer. There we are, and down a little bit. There we go. So you can see everything that I'm talking about today. So, yeah, we in the past week today, I actually didn't find anything today. I was specifically looking at the Baggy Walls today, and I was trying to find something else, extra things today. But I did pick up stuff recently, and I think that I can usually pick up something from a Baggy Wall on any given day I go out. I usually hit a multiple number of thrift stores. So when I hit a multiple number of thrift stores, there's more of a chance that I'll find something. Today I hit 3 and got nothing. But generally I find at least one thing. As you know, a lot of the focus I have is on the toy side of things, but we do have big Baggy Walls in some of our stores here around us. And in fact, this picture is a Baggy Wall that is a not toy store Baggy Wall. This is a non-toy Baggy Wall in one of the places that I've gone to. So it doesn't always have to be toys, but it happens to be a lot of stuff. Digging through some of the other Baggy Walls can get a little more challenging because they throw so much stuff into some of these bags. It's like ridiculous what they put. I know, I'm sorry, there's none down there. Just plan on it for your trips, and if you're going to go on a road trip, because it's now getting that time of year. Oh God, he's here. Hi, honey. But plan on it if you're going on a trip. And again, it's not specifically Value Village or Savers stores that do it. We found them again at Amvets. We see sometimes there's some, like, it might be a Baggy end cap. We found them at Goodwill's, at Salvation Army. So they can be around, but it depends on if you're lucky enough to get something bigger. And yeah, I like big Baggy Walls, and I cannot lie. Yes, you other brothers can't deny. When a guy walks in with a biggie bag, I don't know how I'm going to make that. That's going to just turn rude. At some point, that my rhymes are just going to come off the wrong way. So, Today, again, yeah, it's all about the baggy wall. I do want to say that sales have been meh for us. I think that a lot of people have said as well that their sales in the past few weeks, April has not been the greatest month of sales. Interestingly enough, though, we did find some things that we put up for sale. And we tried some different ways. We tried doing some promotions and things like that on it. And we actually had an okay weekend out of the blue. We managed to sell close to, I think it was somewhere close to almost $600 in the weekend. And that was because of a couple of auctions and a couple of other things. So I'm going to show you, I'm going to sneak preview, but one of the things that actually ended up selling was Rick's little, there we're going to get to that. Rick's jack-o'-lantern pumpkin cookie jar. So remember, this was a challenge. I said, get this stuff up. So we put this up. We had it on auction. It finally got it up about, that doesn't sound good. Rick finally got it up. We finally posted it to eBay, or he finally posted it to eBay about a month ago. We had it at an auction for a week at $275. And then we put it up afterwards to $375. And we actually got an offer on Saturday for $295, I think it was. So we took it. So we managed to sell this $8 cookie jar for $295. Not only that, but if you did see in the Facebook group, I did post about the Fisher Price in our craft group, the Canadian Resellers and Fantastic Thrifters group. I posted about trying Facebook a couple of weeks ago as my challenge, one of our listing challenges. And so we tried to get people to look at it. And what we did was we did it ourselves. I took an item that we had listed on eBay, hadn't got a lot of bites on it. I'd sent some offers out on it, moved to a Facebook group for Fisher Price Toys, and sold this Fisher Price amusement park for $350 with very little fees, only the PayPal fee, so 2.9%. That's all it cost me versus an eBay sort of 18% or so. So again, another big sale. That's like another $300 coming in. So hey, Bob's here. He's got his own computer now. Rick is actually, he's in here in the chat. And Bob is Heather's other half, and we met him last year at Brimfield, but they're not going this year. Bob isn't letting him go. At least it's like Charlie Brown smashed in the face with a pie. This is Charlie Brown. This is Charlie Brown smashed in the face. Right here. So it's kind of like me smashed in the face with a pie. Oh, it's Heather. My Heather, you've changed. Donna says the booths are down as well for Etsy, but Poshmark is relatively busy. Well, oh, he's on the iPad. That's why. We have been doing okay on Whatnot. And actually, one of the other things before I get to the baggy wall that I just want to talk to you about is we've been challenging people to look at different streams. And again, we talk to people all the time about potentially going on to Whatnot. And we have been on Whatnot now for coming on to 6 months, 6+ months. And for those of you who probably most of you are familiar with it because we talk about it all the time, but this is the Whatnot platform. It is also available on your phone. It's so easy when you're on your phone to get to it. It's just there's a big W, big Whatnot thing, and I can go right there on my phone and I can go live on there. You can see Popeye's Postcards is again live. He's live every Tuesday, by the way. But to show you a couple of things that I just wanted to bring up on this. Number one is this week alone, in the past week, three people who've used our referral code have done their first show and gotten paid. So a big shout out to Anastasia and Sherry and Neil. All three of these guys tried their first show. It was new to them. They had some reservations about trying it. They may not have sold a bunch of stuff, but they did their first show. Sherry's going to try another pop-up just after her first show. She did amazing with jewelry. She knows so much about it. Becky, I wonder why you haven't started on Whatnot yet. But on that Whatnot thing, we have 3 people who've done it. So if you are thinking about doing it, all you have to do, again, we split this $200 link invite thing. So we're splitting that between the two of us. So all you have to do is just use our seller thing and try it once. Even if you sell $20 for the stuff, I'm going to send you half of the money that we get. So I'm going to end up sending you like 100 to 125 bucks, 100 US, 125 bucks Canadian. And to prove that it works, this is, I'm going to even show, I'm showing you our Whatnot numbers. This is literally our Whatnot sales that we've done. So this is 2023. This is the sales that we've had. And you can see when you're looking at it, we've had shows that make $56. We've had shows that make $700, $400, $10. Some of them are good. Some of them are bad, 75, things like that. But at the end of the day, we take away the giveaways that are in there. So this is the giveaways that we've given a gift away. And our earnings, here's our earnings, here's our fees. And that works out that the percentage fee that we're averaging, depending upon the show, can be between 16, 17%. But at the end of the day, 15.5%. But this is what I want you to look at. Look at the numbers here. In the past, we took an entire month off. And we've sold over $5,000 in the time period, in like 2.5 months with these shows. So again, I just want you to think about that. We actually have shows coming up. Where's our shows that are coming up? We've got these shows coming up this week. We've got one coming up tomorrow night. We have one coming up on Thursday night. We got one coming up on Saturday, and one coming up on Sunday. We move them around if we don't want to do them. It's not a big deal, but it's something that everybody I think should try. And again, if we're going to split that referral fee with you, why not try it? I mean, it's money that could be just in and out, just easy. Try it once, sell one thing for $6, and you get $100. So if you try it and you don't like it, it only costs you a little bit of time trying to learn how to do it. Oh, Donna says Bell 5 will be up and running in your town in 3 weeks. Then you'll do a Whatnot sale. Yes, you need better internet. That's for sure. Heather's like, I keep getting notified about Whatnot people that I'm not really interested in. Yeah, you do get notices. Just unfollow people. You don't have to follow people. And again, you don't have to have a huge thing for going on there as well. And then so that's my Whatnot. You got to think about it. Sales of $5,000 worth of sales. So we had more sales in Whatnot in the past 3 weeks than we had on eBay in the past 3 weeks, dollar-wise, except for this weekend. This weekend sort of kicked it out the other way. But today it's about the Baggy Wall. And so I got a heavy box of stuff in here. And I don't even remember what half the stuff is, because I basically buy it from the Baggy Wall, bring it home, and then I throw it in this box that says Baggy Wall or Toy Haul. For that said February, but I keep using the same box over and over again. Let's see what it is that we're finding in here. So this, okay, I don't know. Why did I buy this? Well, it was $2.99. So I bought this thing that's in Chinese or Japanese. I don't know. I'm trying to figure out, why did I buy this? It is Kadokawa down in the bottom corner here. It looks like it's some kind of stand. I really don't know, but it was $2.99. So I bought this because I thought this might be something interesting. And here, this is what it looks like completed. I got to open this thing. Oh, here. So this is why I bought it. Something in English. Yoshiyuki Sadamoto Neon Genesis Evangelion. Okay. Now, I don't know when I bought this, if I actually had done Google Image on it. So let's pop over here and see if I can find out. No, that's no, you're not going to Swiss Chalet. Where am I? Here we are. No, that's not. There we go. Let's see if we can find out what the heck is going on with this from Google Image. It's either that or it was the title that I decided on it. So from the back here, if I'm looking at this picture, and here's me with my Google Image doing the shot with my camera. So I'm looking exactly. You can see this. Look at this. Now, a couple of things interesting. One, there's a visual match for it on Mercari. There's another thing on Japanese EX. So there's a few things that's sitting in here that sort of talk about it to some degree. I'm going to just go to this. I'll go to this Mercari thing and see what it actually says on here. So I'm going to visit it because it's the exact same thing here. and see if I can figure out. Well, it's in Makari Japanese, so that doesn't help me at all. So it's in yen, so that's not going to help me. I am just guessing that I probably picked it up because of the simplicity of the name on here. Again, I'm going to guess, like, because it doesn't matter to me, again, if it's less than a latte, so for $2.99, I'm just shrinking this down. Hold on a second, and popping my other screen up. And let us go to the side here, go into the search button, and we're going to type in, now it's the other side, a complete comic rack by Yoshiyuki. Okay, this is going to be Yoshiyuki. That's interesting. Sorry. I got it. Yep. Kadowa is anime. Okay. It's interesting. When I'm typing up here Yokiyushi, as soon as I typed in Yokiyushi, it came up with Sadamoto, which is the other name that is on there. And it is, again, Neon Genesis. So I'm going to see if I type this in, Neon Genesis. And see what happens. Do I see anything here? No. I'll put comic rack then. Comic rack. Well, let's see. What do we got in here? No matches found. Nothing undersold. I have no idea why I bought this. I'm going to have to do some more research in this to know why I bought it. I'm stuck with it. How much is a latte? Well, it depends on where you go. But some lattes can be like $5, $6, $7, $8, $9, $10. So this looks like it may have been opened before, but I'll do another search on it. I'm guessing it was probably something that I found something on, or I thought because it was anime, I was going to do a buy on it. So you never know. Sometimes the Baggy Wall stuff is a guess. Just like this. I picked this up because it was, strangely enough, this was in the kids section, but it depends. If you go to some places, and it depends on the size of the latte too, I guess. If you recall, I've actually sold some flocked or feathered little birds before. So I found this. It was in the toy section, but I thought it was really interesting because it is a batch of little birds. So sort of for crafting or that sort of thing. So it is the batch of birds. And the thing that I liked about the batch of birds was that they looked like they are actually made, they're all hooked together, with real feathers on the back and on the top of the head. And when we've looked these kind of things up before, I know you probably would look at something like this and go, why would I even think about buying something like this? What is this cheap piece of crap? Well, you know what? We've actually sold sets of these close to these, different kinds of birds, but sets like this for 20, 30 or more. We've sold a set of 10 for 100 plus. So this is actually going to be, I got to just, again, do the little bit of research on it. But when you look at something that is an entire bag full of these, somebody is going to really want them because they are vintage. And if nobody wants them, then Rick can actually put his own Google eyes on these and make his own little birdies, I guess. Hey, Mary. Cardinals. Yes, that's the word. Cardinals. Digging deep. What have I got when I dig down deep? Oh, what's this baggie down in here? Oh, my goodness. What is this? Okay, so I know nothing about this. I just picked this up because I thought it was interesting. This is the Dinosaur King trading card game by Upper Deck. What I liked about it when I looked it up, I'm going to see if I can pop it in here as well. So Dinosaur King trading cards. There we go. What I found, which was kind of interesting when I'm doing my quick little search on these, is that there were single cards in here that were like Black Pentaceratops for $14, 76 sold, 12 rare trading cards. So some cards were $1, $1.50, $6 to $9. So I thought, you know what? I'm going to take a risk on getting an entire set of these things, or whatever it could be in terms of a set in this package. I like the fact that it also happened to come with what looks like some form of you buy them for crafts or cardinals. Oh, thanks, Mary. Yeah. There we go. I can't throw any of these things back because these aren't, unfortunately, these aren't thrifter to throw it. But so this is this set of cards. And again, the reason that I picked it up, Dinosaur King was a name that I hadn't recognized. Upper Deck is a really good deck company or trading card company. So again, something that's a little unique. I thought it was worth my time versus trying to, here's how you play. And then these are all the different kinds of cards. They're shiny dinosaur. The Chasmosaurus. So it's a big lot of cards that I ended up getting in here. So I'm going to do a little bit of research on it. But again, what I will probably do with something like this is, because of the stack of the cards, I'm going to take a look at what the sales are like on eBay and if people are selling single cards, if people are selling decks, like there's that one deck there that somebody's got 90 cards for $21. And that was from the UK and they cost $20 to ship. So common cards and foil cards up to $18, $16 for 15 cards. So it's actually interesting because, again, one of the things I like to look at is how many of these cards are actually coming from outside of the US. So a lot of these are coming from the UK and from Germany and the United Kingdom. And when you get to it, one of the things that you can start looking at with that is if you see something that everybody else that's selling is selling from Japan, UK, Germany, things like that, their shipping costs in many cases are going to be really high. And as you can see, I mean, you've got a single card here. I just pop this one here. You've got a single card here that is selling for $9.97 and $26 in shipping costs. So when you're trying to compete with people, $16 and $14 in shipping costs. These are $5.99 with free shipping from Japan, so you can't compete with those. But it's a way for you to consider how you might market these. And what I'm seeing is even this one is $4.99 for one card with $1 shipping. So it might be the sort of thing that I'm going to consider putting this. Maybe I'll split it into 2 decks. It looks like there's actually 2 different kinds of cards in here because I got cards with that cover and I got cards with that cover. So I might just split it into the blue versus the red. And again, for what I paid, which is $3.99, I'm probably going to try and list these and hopefully make about $25 on this set of them. Yes, we do have the access for the discounted shipping as well. So these, I think these trading cards of any kind can go in there. So trading cards and postcards and coins and paper. I don't know if I'll do it. Because it's actually supposed to be only for a single card. So if I was putting in bulk cards, then that doesn't really count. So let me see. What is this? Okay. Another thing I bought because I thought, I don't know what this is. And I actually tried to see what this was. And I couldn't get a good look at it. And I know I might have spent too much on it. But I'll explain my rationale. So I find this. You can see it is some form of a Jeep of some kind, like some kind of bulldozery Jeep kind of thing. And yes, it is $7.99. Now, I did buy this on a senior day, so it was 30% off. Or if you use a $2 coupon, I could have got that and got it for like $6. But the reason I picked it up is because of one thing. And that's whenever I see packages like this, I always want to look and see if there's something in that actually tells me what this is. And this actually tells me that this is by Vexcom, and it is known as hex bugs. And hex bugs are actually, I opened it in front of you. So hex bugs are, so what they've done is somebody donated this. They threw it in that bag. And now when I open this up, it is a bulldozer. And if I'm not mistaken, it's the kind of bulldozer that may need some kind of battery for it. There is the wheels for it. Here is, looks like there's the little worker that goes with it. But this is what Hexbug normally look like. So this is Vex Robotics, and this is the skid steer by Hexbug. Now, unfortunately, I could not see that this was the skid steer. So what we're wondering is what happens if I type in skid steer, Hex. See if Hexbug skid steer actually shows up for us when we do this. So skid steer Hexbugs. Okay, so we're getting, well, I don't think it's that because that's like an auger or something like that. So I think we got to put in the word bug because there we go. There's only 2 of those. There we go. What do we got here? $20, $12. Oh, well. Looks like this particular Hexbug is not this was a, what do we call this? This is like, it's a bad baggy buy. So this baggy buy goes bye-bye. And actually what I'll probably end up doing with something like this is I will probably put this guy right into a box that's going to go into a max sold sale and let somebody else hopefully buy it and maybe get me some of that money back. That's the risk you take when you do some of these baggy wall posts as well. I did hear the door open, so I do understand that I believe that a Mr. Rick is here. Now, here's one that I picked up that, again, this is another little bit of a risk, which is, I don't know if any of you guys will recognize what this is, but I always say when there's one on the wall, it's probably not all. So go away. Does anybody know what these are? This is a toy from the 80s. Yeah, it's a little bit like pay to learn on some things, and hopefully you'll make money on the other things. Does anybody recognize what these things are in here? Now, if Diana was in here, I know she would know right off the bat. Nobody? Now, the thing is, you always say when there's one on the wall, and this entire baggie was $3.99, it's probably not all. And, nope, there was another big bag of these on the wall. But nobody knows what these things are. These are Crazy Bones. And Crazy Bones are a type of game that you played. I guess it's kind of like Tiddlywinks or things like that. These are all little silly faces and creatures like little bones. And you throw these. And they actually made these with blind bags. They made them in different sizes as well. There you go. Nobody had any idea. Looks like, yeah, it actually does look a little bit like those squinty things, or pencil toppers. Yeah, they're not marital aids. I guess they could be, but then you might have to go somewhere to get that removed. You learn so much about toys here. So let me just show you if I can. So let's first. Oh, you knew what it was. Okay. And remember, if it's not on the shelf, if there's one on the shelf, oh, good. I wondered. Yes, that's a great one to do. I got to remember that. If there's one on the shelf, it's not by itself. May not be by itself. So Paul has a few of the larger Crazy Bones. Yeah, so this is the bigger ones. There's even bigger ones than this as well. But let me just pop up here and pop in Crazy Bones. And you see how much, look at this, 1,500 results in solds for Crazy Bones. And look at what people are paying. Coca-Cola Aliens, $169. I don't know if I have any Coca-Cola Aliens in here, but that would be nice. Just a regular lot. So Go-Go Crazy Bones, 93 for $24 with 14 bids on them. Alien Monsters, $39. Look at that one, number 80. So this is one of those toys that there's so many different ways that, like, Crazy Bones Alien lot, $55. I know I actually have some aliens in here because they have those blue eyes to them, the really strange looking eyes. And you'll find these just mixed in. Look at this, $30, $20. So this is what and this is the big logo. So you'll see these things at times that look like this. Let me just get this picture in here. So this, you can see this is exactly what I have got in those bags right here. And then if I go up on the picture, I can get to the other picture. There you go. There's the official handbook of Crazy Bones, how to play, collect, and trade them. And there's another way how to play, collect, and trade them. There's a couple of different companies that make these things. One of them, it was a Canadian company, which I think became taken over by Spin Master. But again, I'm going to have to do a little digging on this, or I'm going to do that one thing and I'm going to say, you know what, I'm going to risk and put a bunch of things together. So this person put this whole batch of stuff together, and they had this priced at $100 for that batch of stuff. So again, just because you're not sure of what something is doesn't mean you shouldn't risk it. So I didn't know what that hex bug was, but I did know, and hopefully you guys know now, when you see a bag that looks like it's filled with these heavy, thick plastic kind of things, they kind of look like they might have come out of a Kinder Egg type toy, then I want you to think about those and go, wait a second, I think those are those things Craig told me about. And they can have all sorts of different shapes and all sorts of different features on them. There were blind bags. Again, this is like the little guy here, little face here. Clear ones. There we go. So lots of different. So it's like one of those things you're wanting to try and pick them up. Carl, you've never heard of Crazy Bones before. That's actually interesting because I know that a Canadian company sold a lot of them, and it might have been Spin Master. Elise grew up in the 80s and never heard of them. I'm just going to Google this and just see what it says when I do Crazy Bones and see what happens when I Google Crazy Bones. So, a surprise, images for Crazy Bones, 91 million images for Crazy Bones. And there it is, Wikipedia. Go-Go's Crazy Bones, also referred to as Go-Go's or Crazy Bones, was inspired by, let's see, they were sold 350 million packs in 1997. Like, that's how big this was. So I guess they were 90s. I thought they were 80s. There's arthritic bones. No, that does not count. Oh, Emily's heard of them. So again, it's one of those things that when you see something, and as I say, you see something, say something. When there's one on the wall, like this bag, and again, $3.99. I know I was wrong. I thought it was 80s. 80s now. I'm old. Everything's old now. Everything's vintage to me. This guy's an antique beside me, but everything else is vintage to me. So this, yeah. So it's just another interesting thing to look up when you happen to get and see a box of something. I've seen them in plastic little lunch pails, all sorts of things like that as well. Here's another thing that's in the same sort of world. This was again from a Baggy Wall, and you can see a lot of these didn't cost a lot of money, but there's a reason I picked up each one. This particular case, this was $2.99. Now, you're not going to be able to probably see it very easily or distinguish what it is, but when I looked at this in here, I actually could see right off the bat that there was one or two things that I thought, well, I can make my money back on this thing alone. And what it is that, because this, as you start learning about certain things, this actually is a strawberry shortcake pet. And you know what? It's not the only strawberry shortcake pet that's in there. There is a frog that's in the strawberry shortcake pet. And you know what? There's actually a strawberry shortcake PVC figure that is in this. In fact, there's another strawberry shortcake PVC figure. So by PVC, it's the polyvinyl chloride plastic. So in a lot of cases, it's one of the things that, again, you want to keep your eyes open for, because various kinds of PVCs can sell for really good money. So that is lime chiffon. That is the turtle for one of them. I can't remember which one it is. This is there. What? Oh, if you thought Crazy Bones were strange, then look at these guys. I can't remember their name, but this is a skateboard thing that is not worth a lot of money. But if you see these are not.
Are those Tech Deck?
Tech Deck. Yes, they are. So they got the metal on the feet. Oh, Rick's learning. You're learning from all these damn toys.
Sorry, I should not be saying anything during your show, should I?
What?
I should not say anything during your show, should I?
Well, you should wait until I've paused.
Okay.
But yes, those are Tech Deck. And
now,
they have
just in case you are out in the wild and you happen to see this shortcake berrykin banana twirl PVC figure, look at what it sold for.
But look at what 42 figures sold for. $254 US from Canada. So again, these are little strawberry shortcake figures. And again, all of them usually have the dates on them, so you can see somewhere underneath it. You can check this when you're looking at the baggies walls themselves. It should be on the back, could be on the dress. So depending upon the figure they are, some are more common than others. And then there's the rest of the stuff that's in this baggie. I'm literally going to toss. All I'm going to do is keep these 4 things from this baggie in all likelihood. This is, I don't know, garbage, broken nose. Well, here's a Snoopy in a dress. I can't remember what her name is. PVC? That actually might be worth something. This is a strange little baby on a roller ball. So I might end up looking that guy up too. This is a Bart Simpson that is nothing. This is just one of those clip-on things. So that's going into the, and then we've got a snowman. So again, $2.99 for that thing. It might flip for $15. Depends on, and we do strawberry shortcake shows in our whatnot. We do a girls' toy show. So again, what I will probably end up doing is bringing those into that show and flip them for around $5 a piece. So $2.99 by just to show you that I could probably make $20 on that. Yeah, it is. It's Lucy Snoopy. I could take a picture of it and try and figure out. But again, this is that solid PVC stuff. So it comes in all sorts of different forms from the 80s that you can look for. Now, what else have I got in here? Why did I buy it?
Susan Van Slyke says it's Snoopy's sister, Belle.
Oh, yes, that's right. Belle, that's it.
Thank you, Susan.
Sometimes you see a wall and you've got to get like that. A little bit of crap for something might be good. $1.99. But why did I buy it for $1.99? Because of that. A little chalkware doggy.
Well, it almost looks like a Polly Pocket compact.
It does, but no, it's a chalkware dog. So, which is easy. I love Heather's comment. I'm afraid to sell it. So one, this is a little chalkware dog. It was, I could see that it was in really good shape. There's hardly any chips or anything like that to it. And it's got the little hook on the back. So this is the plaster, and this is the hook that normally sells for the chalkware. Cute little vintage look to it. Again, the type of thing that I would probably list for about $15. And again, great, easy thing to ship. And then here's the things that we will throw out, because these are, I'm sorry if somebody in the show likes these, but these are god awful things. Take a look at this. This is absolutely horrible. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. It's such a horrible
thing. We can sell that on our Pride show for whatnot.
And look, doggies. It's 2 dogs playing with the ball. They're just horrible. So, and they're
Pride show, whatnot.
You want these for the Pride show?
Yes.
Okay, well, but again,
trailer park
this is $1.99. If I saw this for $2 at somebody's garage sale, I'd probably pick it up, right? So sometimes you find stuff in the baggie wall that is actually an interesting find. And again, that was just stuck in on a wall with, as I said, 2 completely random things. Why it got stuck with this, I don't know. How it managed to survive, I do not know. Maybe I was lucky and I got there just as it came out. You never can tell with some of the things. Let's see, what else have we got in here? Okay, so this is something that I found that I was like, what is this? Every once in a while, I run across those things as like, there's something that looks like this is what was hanging in the wall. So this is what I see on the baggie wall. So I can see from a distance on the baggie wall that this is some things that are in plastic. Some little things that are in plastic.
And they're from Amazon because they have the Amazon sticker on
It
them.
looks like they have an Amazon sticker on them of some kind. $3.99 for whatever this is. So I'm trying to take a good look at it. And I actually go, okay, what is this? Well, look, it's little people. So there's a little person, there's a body, and that's like a stand. And then there's another person's body, and there's a stand. So it must be some kind of people. People. It's Silent Green. No, it's not Silent Green. And so this was I found this, and so this is another one that I found that I opened, and this is what they were inside. They are these little figures. Now, luckily, this little guy was Google imageable. Now, I don't know if any of you guys want to guess what this is, or who this is, or what this figure is, but I'm going to flip over for a second because I have to do this to get to the Google image thing. So I'll go back to sharing the screen with Rick, or not that one. Just share the screen with Rick.
You're shocking me there.
I'm sorry. I have to go to.
I think
I have to go to find that other thing in here that's the app here.
Whoa. What are you doing?
Huh?
What are you doing showing my screen?
I'm not trying to show your screen. Stop clicking on your screen.
I wasn't.
I'm trying to show my screen.
Okay.
Which is this one. So this is, again, we're going to go and do what we say we always do with Google Images. Here we are. We're Google imaging. Here you can see this is there's a crazy bone. And again, if you actually tried to Google image that, look at that. Crazy bones. You can see that it's actually coming up as crazy bones. I'm going to go to a bigger thing there. And let me make this even bigger if I can. So look at that. You can see it's crazy bones, right? And you could find more about them. There it is, Crazy Bones Wiki. But this particular thing, we want to know what this is. So this is what we're looking for. Nobody's guessed yet. Tacky Kid Gang Figures. Sassy baseball player. He is a sassy baseball player, isn't he? But let's take a look and see what we can describe from this. Boom. BTS mini doll Jungkook. It's BTS. Does anybody know what BTS is? He's dynamite. And there we go. And let's just take a look at what is this? Little Jungkook doll on Shopee Fest, $27. Toy Central. Let's go down here. Is that figure for $29 or $31 on eBay? $31 for this? Well, let's just see what this is. It's a 7-piece set. Well, that's what I ended up getting in this lot. So this is a baggie. Now, what I also double checked is I finally got one I could look at, and it actually did say in very tiny letters, 7. Now, this says it's a 7-piece BTS cake topper. So from Party Supplies. So in this bag, this was one bag that I opened. I don't know exactly what it was because there aren't 7 pieces in here. In fact, oh, there goes one. So I just dropped another one of him. There's another one of him. There's a different figure. Here, a blonde one. Here is a guy, a little apple heart on him. Here is, so these would all have to be put together. So there's the face. There's one that I managed to put together inside the package. So I've got a bunch of different ones. And this was, oh, here we go. This was $3.99 for the baggie. And in this bag, I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 in a bag for $3.99. And I found that bag I showed you that was open, but I also got this bag. And 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 this bag. Oh, look. This bag I think that's all of them. That's as many as I got. So I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Yes, you've started your own boy band.
7, 8 bags for $24. And what could be, so 8 bags would be 80 figures. And so I like Adrian's comment. Does that horseshoe up your ass hurt at all? So again, it's not the sort of thing that you would probably look for, but this is what I found. This thing that just sat like that. Now I'll sell them as cake toppers because they're obviously not whatchamacallit, but I can go through, I can try and put together sets of the BTS guys, or I might just put them together as singles and let people choose that they want any one of them for $7 or something along those lines. So I'm hoping that each bag that had 10 in it for $3.99, I'm hoping that I'll be able to at least make like a good $25 a bag. So $24 in there in investment. I'm hoping to make about $200. And BTS people are crazy. They were buying bags from McDonald's for the BTS sauces a year ago and paying through the nose. So you never know what I might get with something like that. But I think it was probably a pretty good find. Now, here is something that I brought this home, and
you'll have a lot of company if they're not a bad or good buy. So,
you mean like
you won't be alone.
No, well, I could try and sell them on Whatnot. I can try and sell them on Facebook. There's lots of places, and they're easy to ship too. They're really light and easy to ship.
Yep.
Now, I don't know if anybody saw that I posted this one thing that was about a couple of weeks ago. I'm going to see if I can find it right now first. It's on my TikTok account. So
now,
let me just pull up
Heather
TikTok.
wants to know if BTS is still popular.
What?
Heather wants to know if they're still popular. I thought they were all doing their Korean military service, so they're on hiatus for a quick minute.
Well, I would take a quick look and see how many things on BTS are sold on eBay, which I can't look at right now, and you'd be able to try and get an idea. So this is what I just, in case anybody hadn't seen it, on my TikTok. So Two Dog, you can follow us on TikTok or on Instagram or on YouTube as well, and we post shorts on there. And I'm going to show you, this is one of my recent shorts that I posted just on. This is, okay, wait, I got the volume off. OMG and LOL. Look at what I found today. Everything is cool, no matter the team. Everything is awesome when we're living our dream. Everything is better when we stick together. Sounds like you and I will live forever. Let's party forever. Well, LOL. So out of that batch of LOL and OMG dolls, which I'm going to talk about a lot more later, what I did find was one thing that sort of stuck out in the middle of them all, and I couldn't stop it in time in the video. But this is what I found, and I brought this home, and I want Rick to do exactly what he did when I brought this home.
Oh my God, it's Iris Apfel!
I was like, what? I actually did look this up, but this was donated at the same time as all those others, and this is an Iris Apfel limited, well, it's not limited, but a Barbie doll that was issued by Mattel. And it just, I looked at it, I thought, the glasses looked weird, the hair looked really strange. Again, $7.99. So would I risk $7.99 on something like this? Well, I did happen to look her up, and I'm just trying to unwrap her from her cellophane that she can't breathe inside. But yes, Mary's like, or at least sassy senior model. Mary's, I would want that. And so I don't think whoever had this actually did a thing with it. Look at her hair is still perfect. Her eyeglasses are still attached to her head. She actually still has her shoes on as well. So, and this is a doll that Mattel came out with a little while ago, but I found this on the same baggy wall as all of those LOL dolls, and for $7. And I'm going to try and flip her for probably somewhere in the neighborhood of about 40. Maybe a little more, but Heather said she saw her and her aide buying Bakelite jewelry at Palm Beach Antique Show. Doesn't she have her own rug on Ruggable? I believe that she actually does. Rick, you actually... April's like, holy moly. So Sandy wants to know, Rick, how did you know that?
I know that because I watched the documentary on Netflix about Iris Apfel. It's called Iris. I think it's still on Netflix. And it's about her and her husband and the fantastic things that they have collected over the past 50 or 60 years. She's an amazing designer, and yeah, I can't say enough about it. So look at Netflix and see if the documentary is still online. It's worth seeing.
Now, one of the things that I did say there is, and it's part of the reason that I brought this up, is because we are going to be doing for those members here in the Kennel Club, and again, we thank everyone who is a Kennel Club member, just like Emily here. So Emily, as you see by her name, she's got a little sign by her name, which is one of our Kennel Club logos. What we are going to be doing in about a month, towards the end of May, is we will be having a special show for members only. So this will be a members only YouTube video live show and dealing in dolls, and it'll be a guide to reselling modern doll finds. So that's one of the reasons that I sort of brought that video up. It gave me pause and the cause to look at it, as well as a couple of people were asking some questions, and they are members of the Kennel Club, and I don't mind. I get emails or messages saying, what do you think about this? And so those things are the type of things that we actually would do. The Kennel Club came back about 4 months ago, Rick, 3 or 4 months ago. We brought it back.
Yep.
So what we're going to be doing is towards the end of May, I'm going to be putting something in here that is specific to some dates to get ideas. It'll probably be a Sunday evening or a Sunday afternoon so that everybody can watch it live instead of being on East Coast, West Coast, everything like that. And this is going to be talking about all the kinds of things you've been thinking about when you're looking at dolls. So the top line of when you walk to a garage sale or a flea market or a estate sale, what do you look for and what do you walk away from? Those are going to be the two key things that I'm pointing out. We'll get into the top lines on what to look for in Barbie, not deep dive, but at least you'd be able to see something that would identify, should I have bought this? Should I have picked up this Iris Apfel doll? The Kennel Club is easy to join. You just go onto the Two Dogs Digs Facebook page or YouTube page, and you'll see right under our name there, join. You can click on that. It is $2.99 a month, so another less than a latte. You get loyalty badges next to your name in the comments in the live chat. You get some custom emojis. These are loyalty badges that you get here. You get some custom emojis you get to type in. So if people type in, I can never remember how to do it, Rick. It's like rails, or something like that.
Yep.
And then you get a little upside down thing that shows in there. So totally missed it. Yep, it's so easy to join, Joan. There's a link in our description as well. But again, just go to Two Dogs Digs on YouTube. So you just type in YouTube/Two Dogs Digs, and you'll get to this page. And right beside there is the join button. So it's that easy to join. And again, this will be just for that. The only people are going to be able to see this dealing with dolls are going to be people who are members. So we're doing that specifically for the members. And we hope that you'll pick up easily enough to cover a membership for an entire year from just watching this one video that we do. And again, we'll be also there to help support you. If you saw something and you're at a thrift store or something like that, you could potentially send us an email or a message on Messenger. And if I'm around, and Heather can attest to this and Jethro can attest to this, I will go yes, no, right off the bat. Heather sends me stuff saying, this is at an auction. Should I bother? Yes. Don't go higher than $30. Like that sort of stuff. So that's what we're going to do for you there. So again, back to regular stuff. I was clueless on some of the dolls, but I'm not clueless on them anymore. I used to be clueless on Monster High, and now I'm not clueless on that at all. I was talking about the PVCs, and I just got another example here in this baggie of some more PVC. So again, another baggie that I found, $2.99, so not a big expense that I'm going to be risking in here. And inside this particular baggie, I can't even tell if I bought this the same day or not, But I'm looking in it, and what I first thing I see, well, Cabbage Patch little PVCs, they're kind of common. But I did see that this had more of those strawberry shortcake figures. So there's the strawberry shortcake. Sour Grapes is her name. There is another. I don't think that one that Rick told me about is in here. Cafe au lait. I think that's her name. There is a Smurf. But again, you'll find these. Even these guys. Do you know if you can find a batch of these guys in these can sell for really amazing money. These are 1980s, I think. California raisins, the singing California raisins, and they are hard plastic PVCs. And what else have I got in here? I got a Mickey. So take a look at some of this stuff, and even if you can buy a bag like this for $3 or $4, yeah, that's California raisins. Where'd it go? Where'd it go? California raisins. There we are, right there. And underneath it, it says 19. I think it's 87 for that.
Now, was that a cafe au lait with the burrito?
No, it's that.
That's not cafe au lait.
That's not cafe au lait? Okay.
No.
I always mix her up. The cafe au lait and the other one up. There's a couple of them like that. Another couple of Smurfs. So again, these guys can go for good money as well. The Smurfs. And there's a Huckleberry from that as well. And another Smurf. So this whole baggie. And there's something that actually is probably worth more than the 3 baggies I got alone.
Is that a Sprite?
It's a Rainbow Bright Sprite Charm. So Rainbow Brights is a different toy line from Strawberry Shortcake, but I have actually never seen a Rainbow Bright Sprite Charm. I will probably be able to get $10 for this little guy alone. Because they were different names. So Cafe au lait was the Mexican doll, and her donkey was named Burrito. Right?
Yeah.
That's when you said burrito. It wasn't like holding a. It wasn't like
no.
It wasn't
holding her donkey.
What else do we have? What else can we find in here from our baggy wall? Another thing that I try to take a look at. I've got 2 more that I'm going to show you that I'm left with before the end of the show. One is something, again, easy to find, easy to spot. If you spotted something like this, you might be able to spot that. But here we go. This is a bag of trolls. Now, it's a little expensive. This is $6.99 for this bag of trolls. I ended up using a $2 coupon, so it cost about $5, $4 US, $5 Canadian. But the reason that I bought it was because I could see, even just looking at that they looked like they were in pretty good shape. One of the other reasons is I looked at the bottoms of their feet, if you can see their feet. And in this case, I could see the foot on this one was Russ trolls. Russ trolls are more common 80s trolls. But I also could see the foot on this bigger one in here, this bigger green one. And you can actually see the eyes are different. I'll take them out. And on the bottom of that troll's feet, I could see the word damn. Damn! It's a damn troll. Damn trolls have a tendency to be older. They have a tendency to have a lot more value to them. Oh my goodness. If you can find a damn troll with double heads, or if you can find a troll that is an animal troll. So there is elephant trolls, cow trolls, things like that. Those animal trolls can go. We've sold an elephant troll for, I think, 100 and something, Rick. We've sold like 3 or 4 of those for tremendous amounts of money. Hey, Donna, thanks so much for joining us here on the Kennel Club. Woof, yay! Thank you again for support. It's really appreciated. Again, we hope everything that we do for you guys makes it well worth your while. Yay! And yeah, if you were a club member before and you become a club member again, you're actually extended in, so you might get other color badges. So take a look. Here's the difference between the two. So this is a damn troll. 90% of the time, they are in some kind of felt outfit. Their foot says damn on the bottom. Let's see if I can get it to show you properly. I don't know if I can. Damn. That's 1986 damn on there. You can sort of see it, but not really. Whereas this is a Russ troll. a politically incorrect rust troll as of now. Rust trolls were 80s, but much more into the 90s. And they have usually a little plastic sticker. Now, rust trolls we sell on a regular basis when we do our 80s, 90s toy shows for girls on Whatnot, and we sell them for between $8 and $10 a troll. So that I knew I was going to make the money on. And this guy, so you can see a little bit of the difference between them. The glass eyes are much more expressive. The faces seem to be much more expressive for me on these. I don't know who this particular one is. I'll have to do a little bit of research on it. Trolls are hard to find. Some have some better value. Again, here's a little PVC troll. An Easter troll. These are the kind that you would find normally in the little penny, what do you call them? Not arcade things, but what do you call those, Rick?
What, the dispensers?
The little dispensers, the dispensers at stores as well. So again,
coin-operated dispenser.
I'll probably put the 3 of these, and this one thing that I'm paid $7 for. I'm hoping I get at least 30, maybe 35 for. We have the best. Hopefully the damn trolls getting into the trash all the time. Looks like the rust trolls you have. Yeah, some rust trolls are good. Gumball, like that's the Gary No Pants. And yes, you can look under the bridges and sometimes find the troll too. Yeah. Gumball machines, that's the name of them. Last but not least, thanks everybody for joining us here. And again, don't forget, if you want to see us next Tuesday, it'll be our What's Sold in April. And we're going to talk with Carl the Lazy Reseller is going to be here. And don't forget, our Dealing in Dolls will be coming up in May. Join us in the craft group as well. And again, I'm going to remind you that don't forget, try out Whatnot. Take a look at us, watch us. I know some people are scared. I know Sherry was scared to try it, and she did okay. I'm hoping she did okay in her second one. But take a look at it, try it out. You never know what you're going to find here. The last thing I will tell you that you always want to see, and if you can grab these, you must grab them, especially because some of these things can go for amazing money. I did tell you that we did sell a Fisher Price thing last week. I don't know if Rick can find even our picture of it that we had on eBay. So this was a Fisher Price amusement park. The amusement park that we bought that through Max Sold. I actually bought a bunch of stuff in this Max Sold auction. The entire batch of everything I bought was, I think, in the neighborhood of $105 for this batch of things that I purchased in Max Sold. And from this batch, I knew I was going to sell this one thing. I sold 2 or 3 of the other things from it for a good $150 plus. The one thing, which was this amusement park, which should be in our ended, Rick.
Oh, yeah, sorry. Let me see if I can get
that we put on Facebook. But Fisher Price is something you really need to look for. And this was what I mean. If you can find something like this. Now, here's what I'm looking at here. One of the things I'm taking a look at is this is something I don't care about, a Fisher Price guy that has arms. But this is something I do care about, a Fisher Price lady and a Fisher Price boy. And all these other Fisher Price people. Now, the thing that's interesting about Fisher Price, $2.99. There are older versions of Fisher Price, which I can see right in here. This is the Angry Boy, and he's actually made of wood. This is, I think this might be a fireman, and he's actually made solidly of plastic. But there's also figures like Mr. Hooper. And inside here, I think there's an Ernie. Kind of mussed up on him. But again, what you can look for, wooden people are, and and Gordon, I think, is in here too from Sesame Street. Wooden people are worth more than plastic.
I've got our listing up.
Huh?
I've got our ended listing.
So this was the ended listing that we had. Just go on and click pick on that one picture. So we listed it at $475. We originally listed it for $300 something. So we sold this for $350 US, including shipping. Shipping cost us about $25. So that was our big sale. But these are the pieces from it. And if you go towards the end, Rick, you'll see we actually even highlighted in here each of the faces, so you could see what the faces on them look like and the paint on them. That is what's really crucial for people when they are collecting these kind of things. But again, just so you can see back to me, this is a wooden guy. Can we flip the screen, Rick, to mine? My hands are full. The bigger picture of me. This is wooden. You can see it's wood. And this is plastic. So, but furniture, old Fisher-Price furniture, in one of my things, one of the Fisher-Price groups that I sell, and I've been seeing people sell the king and the queen from the Fisher-Price castle. People are always trying to complete things. And this is the kind of thing that you look at and you go, that can just get tossed. But anytime you see that, it's something that you want to grab. And let me just see. So that is Gordon from Sesame Street. So there's parts of a Sesame Street thing in here. There's the bad Ernie. A lot of times the Bert and Ernies and the Big Birds, their faces are completely destroyed.
Because kids nibble on them.
And again, some of these you got to double check and make sure they're not knockoffs. I think that baby might be a knockoff. But again, it's worth a chance to take a look at them. And especially if you can find, like there's another wooden boy there. So if you can find the wood ones, the dragon from the castle can go for really good money. I saw somebody who happened to post a picture that was a whole bunch. They had like 10 different variants of like this guy with 10 different colored hats and 10 different colored bodies and things like that. So keep your eyes open, like Mr. Hooper would, in case somebody's taking something from his store, for things that you may or may not expect, like Iris. Keep your Iris out, looking out for Iris. Keep your doggy face looking out on the wall. You never know what you might find with some other crap that's in there. Troll around a little bit and see if those crazy bones are worth something that you never thought of before. You might find a lot of these at
Dynamite.
Huh?
Dynamite.
And don't forget about Dynamite and our 80 BTS figures. So keep an eye open, things that are wrapped inside. Keep an eye open for PVC figures, things like that. We're going to keep our eyes open over the next month again to see if there's more that we can find from the Baggy Wall haul. We'll hopefully have another one at the end of next month. There's a couple of things I didn't get to this time, so this little baggy is going back in the baggy haul. But you may find stuff there that costs you a lot less and gives you a good return for your money. So thanks again for everybody for watching, tuning in here to Two Dogs Dig. Thank you, Rick, for joining us and helping me with the extra screens, because it's always really helpful instead of people just staring at me doing this. Join us on Whatnot. Watch us in the next couple of while. See what you think about the shows. And again, if you want any information on Whatnot or Max Sold or anything else, just join us at the craft group /facebook.com/Canadian resellers. We'd love to see you in there. We're getting close to 3,000 members there, and the same with almost 3,000 subs to our YouTube channel. Woohoo! Next week it'll be what we sold in April, and Carl will be here. And then the 2 weeks after that, we're going to do our live from Brimfield when we're down in Brimfield, like we did last year. And then we'll also do another Brimfield show coming up after that.
I'll make sure to pack the charger this time.
And we'll pack the charger so nothing goes wrong. Thanks, everybody. We'll see you again soon. Well, I'm
Bye,
that dog. That's good dog over there. And we're out of here.
Have fun.